Hey guys, what's up? Here with the build guide for the Frost Sorcerer that you saw in my last video of me killing the Butcher. And, I was like level 70 when I did that, so it's changed a bunch. And this build's pretty solid. I was playing the Frost when I beat the Capstone for tier 4. It was a level 70 dungeon, I beat it at 62, I think. Yeah, 61, 62. It was pretty good. Just these ice shards and frost nova. It's pretty much the main combo. But I've added some uniques I've found that really spice it up and kind of make it godly. So I really hope they don't nerf it. It doesn't get the whirlwind barbarian treatment. But I don't really see anybody talking about it. So let's jump into the build. So first off, you notice I have 4 teleports, 5 teleports. So my enchantment slots are ice shards and teleport. So know a lot of people are doing the ice shards firebolt or chain lightning firebolt and burning stuff and taking those burning passives. But I never found that worked well. Like I started with chain lightning with the burning and it just, I don't know, those stats didn't really seem to matter. But I found a unique that makes me use teleport and it's great. But again, you don't have to take it. Like when I beat the Capstone dungeon, I think I used the Frostbolt enchant, which is just more chill, just because it helps with the boss. But I'll get to that later. So our main skill is basically teleport, then ice shards, frost nova. Here, the deep freeze is just kind of your oh crap button. It makes you unstoppable. If you get CC'd, you can just press it, go invulnerable, CC the whole room, deal massive damage. And you want to be using ice armor whenever you're walking around because you have a 15% chance that the enemies just freeze themselves, and it just, the game basically plays itself. So that's pretty good. And Frost Nova is our bread and butter. We're going to teleport in, Frost Nova everything, hit it with an ice shard. The room's going to explode. It's going to be awesome. So, onto the gear. Most important to make this whole thing work is Frost Nova gets 2 charges. Without this, I tried cooldown reduction, I tried everything I could, but I just hadn't made it work without this. So this is a must. Another must is this Ice Shards Pierce. So every time they pierce, and they always pierce off frozen enemies, which everything's going to be frozen after we Ice Nova it. So it's just going to be like a machine gun just shooting every direction, and it shreds. And another one is the passive for Shatters Explosion, deals more damage when enemies die while frozen. So this just causes a huge explosion to go out through the entire room, and it just nukes everything, and it just deals so much damage. And also you need the aspect of control on your main weapon, 68% more damage to frozen enemies. So you freeze everything with Frost Nova, and they just take a ton more damage. Plus we got more, deal 23% increased damage when you have a barrier, which we always have barriers. And, this is just every time you crowd control, restore 3 mana, so you basically have infinite mana. So for the barriers, we always have barriers with every time you use a cooldown you get a barrier, which is all these. This is a barrier. And there's also this passive here, which I haven't unlocked, but it's just going to make it godly. Killing a frozen enemy grants you a barrier for 5 seconds, and this stacks. So if you kill a whole room, you just get this massive barrier. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, for mana, stunning close enemies restores 10 mana. And the way we're going to stun is, this is kind of a late game stuff, but this unique, that using teleport pulls in enemies and stuns them. So that's why I have 5 charges of stun, because we're going to teleport in, everyone gets pulled into the middle, Frost Nova, teleport to the next group, Frost Nova, and everything's just going to explode while you're teleporting around. It's nutty. And also the unique pants, which when enemies die while frozen, there's a chance to unleash a Frost Nova. So everything's going to get pulled in, to get frost nova'd, then the passive for the explosion when they die while frozen is going to go off, and there's a chance they can frost nova. So if someone didn't get frozen near you, they can get frozen from like across the room. It's insane. So basically, if you miss somebody, don't worry about it. It's going to explode. They're going to get frozen. They're going to die. And a lot of the stats on this gear, like, you know, we have +3 ranks to Frost Nova, mana cost reduction, and ranks to teleport. This staff is crazy. I mean, core skill damage, I mean, they're kind of bad rolls, but core skill damage, critical strike damage, and vulnerable damage. So we have a ton of vulnerable damage here, vulnerable damage on both these rings. So, I mean, it's crazy. Plus crit strike, crit chance. I mean, that's pretty much what you want to go for, is crit, cooldown reduction, vulnerable damage. And, you know, uniques, not much you can do about that. We need +4 ranks of ice shards here is great. Critical strike chance, 12%, incredible. And cooldown reduction here, maximum mana, more armor. That is one thing about this build, is kind of squishy. So if you teleport in and like you don't have ice armor or this up, and you teleport in and you're like, oh no, I used both my charges here, and you can't teleport out quick enough, you're just dead. There's no defense in this, like, at all. So, except for, you know, you're locking everything down with Frost Nova. So, nothing should really hit you, but a lot of on-death effects, or, you know, someone gets a hit in, and you can get one shot pretty easy. And for bosses, one thing is also, you know, we're not going for boss damage, you're just playing for stagger. Sometimes it helps is you put this in, so damage, you know, applies more chill, and that'll just speed up the you know, applying of stagger. And then once you stagger them, you like one-shot it. It's crazy, which we'll show you in this dungeon. And the Paragon board, haven't really got much figured out yet. Still testing stuff, you know. Vulnerable damage, more vulnerable damage. Just pumping up this. I don't think this damage reduction while you have a barrier does anything really. You know, just getting non-physical damage. This one seems pretty good. Control, which is 20% increased damage to frozen enemies, and plus, you know, ranking this up, but it's plus 50% to crowd-controlled enemies. Pretty good. This one, you know, critical strike with core skills. That's gonna make all these ice shards, which are dealing like 4 to 5k damage, crit a lot more damage. And we have a bunch of crit strike chance on the gear, so we're critting all the time. You know, damage to stunned. This is important. Stunning stores 10 mana, so basically have infinite mana. So you stun everything. It synergizes great with this right here, restores 3. So even with just this, like when you auto attack stuff, you know, you're applying a chill here, which slows, and you know, you're just getting like 3, and this hits like 5 times. You're just, you know, getting a bunch of mana back. So, and I haven't unlocked this one yet, but killing a frozen enemy grants you a barrier, you know, another barrier. You're going to be dealing more damage when you have a barrier. You know, you're squishy, so you need barriers. It's going to be pretty good. I think the end game's looking really strong for this once you get it all figured out. But let's take it for a roll, and excuse the bad gameplay. I am not a YouTube man. So, but on this first pack, we're going to teleport on them, Frost Nova. They're going to get deleted if I can figure out where to go. So, go, let's pull attack. You see, like, we're critting all the time. It hits 5 times. Let's pull this other attack. Gone. These guys, they have damage resist. I mean, just absolutely obliterated. But, you know, this is tier 34. They're level 88. I'm level 80. A bunch of elites here. See, like here, I got CC'd, I don't know what happened. The crap button. Vulnerable. Everything for him here. For him to come back. It's not good. They went. That's the only problem with the stun, is they go unstoppable if you stun them too many times in a row. But just wait. Blast Nova, they're dead. This way. Ignore the trash. There's an event down there, we're leaving that. Yeah, it's kind of, you know, rinse and repeat. Oh look, here's a giant pack. Oh, they're gone. See what? Blew up this pack here, froze this guy over here. So if there is a huge pack, you pull all these guys in, a bunch of guys out here, it's just gonna chain CC, then the explosions happen, and they're frozen, so you deal more damage to them, it explodes, and then, you know, keeps going. So here's a guy we gotta kill. Boy. Damage resist on him. You see he's unstoppable, so we're gonna wait for that to go away. I'll get hit by this.
I need time to prepare.
Not a problem. Oh no, they're gonna explode. Oh, actually they did get me. I was gonna teleport away, but that's kind of embarrassing. Take the long walk back, but you have 5 teleports. So you just kind of zip around the map. Just don't use them all up. Cooldown's kind of long. Yeah. Super squishy builds. You gotta be careful, but I don't know what they did to monster density. There was a patch and I got kicked out. There's like no monsters here. Very strange. So these guys, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get CC'd by that wall. See, that guy went unstoppable there. Just wait for it to get over. Let me just tag him up. This way. I mean, we froze these guys here, and these guys over there died. Just like deleting entire rooms.
I need time to prepare.
Yeah, they mess with monster density. This is nothing. But it's whatever. We'll fight this boss real quick. All you gotta do here, just manage your mana. Apply your frost. And there's this one shot. Deleted and gone. Decent. Yeah, that's pretty much the build. Super easy. They're definitely going to nerf it. It's kind of crazy. So, hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Peace out.